The Debbie Wasserman Schultz is back. Did you even still know she was a member of Congress? She used to be one of their standard bearers, always on the news. Now she's back doing tours of the Alligator Alcatraz facility, and she found the conditions there deplorable.
This facility was inspected by ICE. They review their detention standards. They are using cages. These detainees are living in cages. The pictures that you've seen don't do it justice. They are essentially packed into cages, wall-to-wall humans, 32 detainees per cage. The only thing inside those cages are their bunk beds, and there are 3 tiny toilets that are toilet units that have a sink attached to it. So they essentially drink, they get their drinking water, and they brush their teeth, where they poop in the same unit.
So she's totally concerned about what criminal aliens are being subjected to in these brief stays. They're never there for more than about a week because this is the last place they land in detainment before they're put on a plane and sent back to either their home country, a safe third country, or they get sent to CCOT if they're really hardened terrorists or hardened criminals. So she had a little bit more to say about the food, and I actually kind of giggled at this, the way she's describing the food. Take a listen.
For meals, when we walked through the quote unquote meal prep area, the kitchen area, for lack of a better term, they had the portions that were available for detainees, and they had the portions that were available for employees being prepared at the same time. The portions available for employees, large pieces of roast chicken, large sausages, and the detainees' lunches were a small, gray turkey and cheese sandwich, an apple, and chips. And that's it.
So I'm not laughing this time because this is my multiple times hearing her say this, but she's shocked that the employees of DHS have better food options than the actual prisoners that they're overseeing. So let me I have to ask a question here. Why is she so upset about this? It's not meant to be a trip to the Ritz-Carlton. It is meant to be a holding facility that you go into, and it is meant to be a deterrent. You don't want to experience this again. So it's not inhumane, but it is a prison. Prisons have cages in them. This is the same setup that they had during the Obama administration. She was totally silent. But here's my other thing. Where has she been? Where has she been when the kids were sex trafficked into the country? When the kids and there was a raid in California on a marijuana plant where there were children working, processing marijuana, and she had nothing to say about that. Those kids were rescued out of a life of servitude on a marijuana farm, and they're here unaccompanied. Their parents aren't even in America. What about the kids and women and children who've been killed? What about the people last night? There are thousands of them who went to bed without their loved one. What about the people who literally would have their wife and their 5 kids on a vacation in the middle of the summer right now, and instead they're at home still answering the same tough questions from their children about where their child's mother is when their mother was out for a run, and an illegal alien kidnapped, raped, and murdered this woman and robbed their children of their mother for the rest of their lives. These people are putting their families back together. And Debbie Wasserman Schultz is trying to figure out why employees are getting sausages and roast chicken and the detainees are getting turkey sandwiches. They're lucky they're getting anything, but there's one way to make this stop. If you are in the country illegally, you can accept our gift of a plane ticket and $1,000 back home, and you'll never see the inside of that detention center. Give it a try.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.